Pam, good morning. Thank you so much for that. This is the time of show where you sound off Canada. And the question today was whether or not a vaccine should be mandatory here in Canada for COVID-19. We know our government has they've secured a couple of contracts here, and we have companies on this side of the border as well that are working their way through human trials or toward human trials. Yeah,
so do you feel it's mandatory for all Canadians to take that vaccine once it's ready to go? 1-866-267-3797. Feedback at breakfasttelevision.ca. We'll start with a phone call. Anthony calling in from Scarborough. Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning, Devo. Good morning, Melanie.
Good morning. So how are you feeling? Do you think that vaccines should be mandatory here in Canada?
No, I do not, and here's why. I feel that there's a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of misinformation available at this time. Even the President of the United States, or the so-called President of the United States, has issued information that has misled people. And to be honest with you, that the government...
Oh, I think you might be cutting out there, Anthony. Do we still have you?
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Sorry, I think your phone might have cut out.
You're in and out.
Would you mind repeating what you just said there?
At the onset of this whole pandemic. The fact is that their failure in failing to act as early as they should have to prevent it from becoming what it has today has now led us into a panic mode, I believe, where a lot of people are hunkered down on two different sides. The anti-vaxxers believe that governments are now reaching to take away even more rights. And on the other side, you have those who believe in the science that are saying, okay, well, then we're in this. And they're also a level fit there, whereas, okay, if we fail to act quickly, what will happen? The fact is that there is a blueprint of what will happen, and that's the earlier pandemic 100 years ago. We're going around in circles. We're basically doing the same thing they did 100 years ago, and we're doing it worse with even more information. And now to turn around and say it's mandatory, first of all, I would like to see how they will afford that.
Anthony, I'm wondering I agree, and I think a lot of people agree, in that things are being done quickly and things are changing quickly, though. So to keep to pace, let's just say a COVID vaccine in next year, maybe there's more than one. It has changed. It's gone through different variations. Are you completely against taking a vaccine in general, or is it to take one so soon and make it mandatory?
I personally believe that there won't be enough study to make that safe. I believe that it's coming from a place of fear, and I believe that if there's a vaccine that's been proven after a period of time to be safe, then I would absolutely take it, because that's why we don't have polio in existence today. Is because scientists with the skills, the ability, and the right peer testing and so forth has allowed the correct approach. The fact is that we already have a great deal of malfeasance on the part of the governments of the world. And I'm not talking about just one government. A lot of governments failed. Yes, Canada has done a great job in keeping our debt toll down. And yes, there is recovery. But the fact is, lives were lost, and people keep on forgetting this. Lives were lost. And to the people, the loved ones of those who lost people, it doesn't matter if there was, we're doing a great job. They lost people. And the fact is, vaccines, we're going to have people who die due to the trial period and due to taking this vaccine as well.
Yeah, there's a lot, and you're kind of saying the government's being reactive, and it's not. It's got to be tested. It's got to be tested. It's got to be ready to go. It's a rush process right now, and you're hoping for people to. Yeah, you think it should be more recommended than mandatory, right? And also, when you throw mandatory out there as a word, as a statement, you automatically will have people that want to rebel against that because they don't like being told what to do.
That's right.
Absolutely, Devo. And you said it perfectly right there.
Yeah. We appreciate your call, Anthony. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
All right, let's get to an email here. We got an email from Elaine. Elaine says, no, it should be by choice. Personally, I would not take it until it's been out for a year or more. I've seen many things done in a hurry, and the side effects are worse than the cure.
That's the thing. When we keep on talking about this vaccine, we keep on saying a race to the vaccine, a race to the vaccine. And we've heard even the biggest of all health agencies, the World Health Organization, saying basically don't put all your eggs in one basket,
right?
I mean, we've seen with something like the flu shot where we've talked about this, different variations or mutations to a virus have come about. So it's not the golden answer. Is it an answer? Yes. But could that answer be changed along the way? Yes, as well. Keep in mind, there's a lot of pharmaceutical companies that have a lot of money invested in this too to try to get that vaccine out as well. But the idea of mandatory, and I like that you brought that up, is mandatory versus recommended, and I think that's a significant difference for people's mindset too.
Yeah.
Even with the mask wearing, when someone is told it's mandatory versus it's recommended, it changes the way you see things.
Well, it is for sure. If we talk about when you're a kid. You're told not to do something. What did you do? You did it. You did it right away because you wanted to test what it was. This is not the time to test things. When they say mandatory, there's a reason, but you got to trust the scientists. And if the scientists are saying that this is ready as a vaccine, they've done the tests, you hope. And that's the thing I think a lot of people would want is transparency.
Right.
And honesty from governments, from scientists as well, being like, hey, we're not ready for it. You need to be better. You need to do the distancing thing, do the masking thing, wash your hand, and because we want to be ready, we want to be sure.
Yes.
If there's that transparency, I know people want to make money and stuff too, but the transparency's there. I think people can appreciate that more.
You have to keep it all in mind as well. I mean, I don't know about you. I take the flu shot every year. I grew up with a mom who was a nurse, and so every year I always took the flu shot, and that was just sort of part of what I did. I think I've had a lot of conversations with people about the flu shot, if they maybe were opposed to taking it before, if they're going to take it this year, with a change in mentality of what a shot could do as a vaccination. And this email coming to us from Anne reading, I will be getting the vaccine. I get the flu shot. Those that get the flu shot will be the ones that get the COVID vaccine. All we can do is educate, and people have to make their own decisions. And that's key. If you are mandating a vaccine, how will you monitor that? How are you going to ensure that everyone's taking that? Because there will be resistance.
Yeah, every kid had to get a tetanus shot? Is that what that was? Before you could go into school and things like that? I'm just trying to think back when we were kids and things you had to get.
With that yellow card.
Right, and so
Yes.
is there an updated new system that they would look at to do that through an app, through some sort of, maybe through your driver's license or your passport or whatever it might be? Is there something that they would look at for that to make sure that it's mandated and people actually go through it? I don't know. We don't know what that would look like, right?
For sure.
But again, I think the transparency is so key for so many people.
And I think the key too is to ensure that we keep up with all of the other things that we have been doing, right? We can't just say vaccine and we're good.
Yeah.
It's vaccine, which is a complement to all the different hygiene that we've been doing, the distancing that we've been doing. We've been doing a great job here in Canada, so let's keep with it. So thank you, everyone, for all of your calls, your emails. There's a big discussion here that is far from over, Devo.
Oh, it's going to continue, and obviously we're still far away from a vaccine coming. I mean, we're closer than we were 6 months ago, but it's still some time, so these discussions will definitely carry on. All right, we'll be back with more BT Canada. We love when you weigh in, so thank you for your calls and your emails. We'll see you in a few moments.